Welcome to this wonderful platform. If it is your first time of stopping by or coming across this channel for the first time, you are welcome. Please, if you like what you see here, after watching, subscribe, put on your notification bell. It's very important because it's going to help you to know when I upload a new video. In this channel, I present to you news on daily basis on what is happening in the whole world, especially in Nigeria and in Biafra land. Yes, I'm Mother Biafra. I bring to you Biafra news. So before I do that, what I always do is that I analyze it and I sit down there to watch the video together with you. Then we'll come to the comment section to talk about it. Of course, everybody is entitled to his or her opinion. That is why the comment section is there for you to contribute, leave your ideas, your thoughts, your belief about the videos that you have watched. Please, as we are doing this, let us do it constructively. As we hop into today's video, remain blessed. I appreciate all of you. I appreciate your massive support in this channel as we watch.
I want to ask, is this FEMA meant for the entire country? Or is it meant for a section of, or some area, or some states? That's my first question. If it's meant for the entire country, can you tell me the offense of the area I come from? You know, this thing is not funny. It's not funny, you know. When I go through this budget, I look at some areas, 500 million, 300 million. And when you go to some areas, you see 30 million, 10 million. 25 million. Mr. MD or DG. Is it MD or DG?
MD.
MD. Please, you have to change this method. If you are not the one that started it, you need to change it. There are some areas in this country that don't even know there's anything called FEMA. And it's unfair. I was just complaining to my chairman now. I've been in this committee now for how many? Even me as a person, I can't say, look at, because of me that they should do this half a kilometer, even a minute a kilometer. That we do call it. What is the list?
I just want to be very sure that your staff, the executive directors and all the senior staffs that stood for you, deliver our dissatisfaction for your non-attendance of the budget defense meeting. This process of approving your budget has taken one of the longest and so many meetings that I've ever seen in this Senate. And I discovered that probably the reason is that there is too much dividing line between this committee and your agency. You can hear what Senator Obina said. There's no way you can even influence any project for his community here because he's probably not aware of any project they are doing in his community. In my own community, I see a lot of activity of FEMA, but I don't know anything about it, so I cannot even politically take advantage of it. We want to, as a member of this committee, we want to take political advantage of some of your projects we are doing in our community. We want to say that, okay, we know about it, we facilitate it, we are aware of it. So I think that with time, it is good for us to probably blunt this dividing line. It is just as if, for many of these communities, just as if FEMA is unreachable. FEMA cannot be influenced for a project in our community, and ditto for all the Senate. So I don't know, Mr. Chairman, I don't know if processes can be built that will allow us to communicate more frequently with FEMA and to be able to influence one or two projects for our community.
For distinguished Senator Obina, I really understand and I support you in your disappointment in the provisions. I will just make a simple correction. We are not totally absent from Ebonyi State. I'm not giving an excuse, but even as we talk now, FEMA is actively involved in quick rehabilitation on Abakaliki towards the Enugu State border. And from Abakaliki... Yes, sir.
Enugu Abakaliki Road, yes, where?
Where?
Sir.
No.
The MD.
Sir,
Let me just tell you.
Even the commissioner for works, all of them, they are aware of that. It's ongoing.
Excuse me, please, for crying out loud. I'm living in the boundary between Enugu and Ebonyi. My community is the boundary. I'm from Nkalagu. And from Nkalagu to Abakaliki, I drive there almost every day. There's no single project that is going on there. Unless you are telling me that the flyover that's being constructed by the governor is that you are doing it. That's the only project that is going on there.
Sir, can I finish? It's about 45-kilometer road from Abakaliki to the Enugu State border. To the Enugu State border.
Yes.
Sir.
Yes.
Okay, sir. Okay. A direct what? But I wanted to finish the explanation. Sir, can I finish? Okay. I'm not saying we've done the whole of the road. This is a road that even the Honorable Minister is aware. We have met with the Honorable Minister and has spoken to the Governor. The first 7 kilometers of the road is the worst section, starting from Abakaliki, from Chene 0 to about 7.5. That's where we are working at now. Sir, I did not say we have reached the Enugu State border yet, but we are on it, and you can be sure we will continue with it. And that's not just FEMA, it's a ministerial order. Now, also from Abakaliki to Afiko, that's another bad section. Fortunately, there are subsisting contracts of the Ministry of Works there, and there are contractors there that are not being funded, and therefore there is no work. But the minister has taken note of it. You can ask him to confirm. And there are ongoing instructions for the contractors to go back and fix some critical roads. Those are at least the two issues or the two sides that I know we are working on. I'm not saying we are doing our best in Ebonyi, and I sympathize with you on that. And we will try to improve on that, generally across the state, particularly on those states that have memberships in this committee. So that's not my comment is not to make an excuse, sir, but to say that there are limitations in the resources of FEMA. We try to find the best way to utilize limited resources, and one of the best ways we know now is to liaise with members of the committee. The membership of the committee here cuts across the country. In the case of the House Committee, we even have a member from each of the states of the Federation, and we are utilizing that to reach out and draw up our list of budget. The preferred option is to have these projects in the budget, because then we can just go ahead and do it. Otherwise, we have to improvise with what is available under the overheads as direct labor interventions.
Of 24.8 billion was budgeted for the president. It was budgeted that the president will spend 776.6 million for local travels. This is the president we know does not embark on any local travel, but is going to spend 775.6 million naira for local travel and transport, while the sum of 1.5 billion will be spent on international travel and transport. So put together, the president is going to spend close to 2 billion on traveling local and international. The president's foodstuff and catering material supply for the year 2022 stands at 301.1 million naira. When Nigerians are languishing in hunger and poverty, The president is going to spend for his kitchen 301.1 million for the year 2022. Then the president miscellaneous, that means he can spend anyhow he likes, stands at 250.8 million. And honorarium and sitting allowance for Mr. President is 174 million naira. The 2022 budget of the Vice President stands at 1.1 billion naira. The Vice President is to spend the sum of 301.9 million for local travels and transport, while the sum of 476.2 million will be spent on international travel and transport by the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. 6.3 million will be spent on office stationaries and computer consumables. The sum of 4.6 million will be spent on printing and non-security documents. The Vice President food, stuff, and catering material supplies for the year 2022 is 156.6 million naira. Miscellaneous, spend anyhow you like amount for the office of the Vice President in 2022 stands at 99.7 million naira. That one, I don't even know why they didn't run it up to 100 million, but it's 99.7 million naira. Objectives. Just this week, the above FIRS proposed 2022 budget scaled through the House Committee on Finance without proper scrutiny. Therefore, failing Nigerians and as the custodians of the nation's common wealth. They failed to use their constitutional mandate to ensure judicious deployment of available resources at minimum cost. The provision of Section 88(2)(b) of the 1999 Constitution as amended, which gives the National Assembly the powers to expose corruption, inefficiency, or waste in the execution of administration of laws within legislative competence and in the disbursement of administration of funds appropriated by the National Assembly, is now in abeyance. In conclusion, the Anti-Corruption Network, at the risk of sounding repetitive, reiterates that the current budgeting system in Nigeria is a monumental national disgrace. It shows the level of moral bankrupt and shameless open displays of inordinate financial ambition and fraud. We therefore recommend the following going forward. A. In line with the anti-corruption stand of the Nigerian current administration, all abuse of powers and privileges by public and elected officials should be made to face the law, irrespective of status or position. The executive should adopt a yearly publication of the appropriation bills before sending to the legislative arm of government. C. The presidency should also engage a reputable consulting firm to guide and audit the appropriation bill process to ensure credibility of the budget. Finally, the Anti-Corruption Network recommends that it is high time the citizens speak out and collectively hold our elected representatives accountable, since we are all stakeholders in the Nigerian project, and as a nation, we should remember that in an unjust society, silence is a crime.
Thank you so much for watching this video together with me. Like I said before, if it is your first time of coming across my YouTube channel and you like what I do, please subscribe, put on your notification bell, share this video, leave your comment in the comment section. You are free to criticize, but let us do it always constructively. Remain blessed. I appreciate your massive support and I love and cherish each and every one of you. Until I meet you again in my next video, for now we say bye-bye.